Hey guys, you're now listening to Mahogany Music Press.
So we're here at Chiemsee Reggae Summer, and with us is Junior Kelly. How was the show for you? How was the crowd?
Perfect. Yeah? Yes.
Did you have a lot of fun?
Oh yes. On stage is my favorite place.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you've been making music for a really long time now. How did you get to reggae music? What brought you to reggae music?
No, that's a good statement, but how you terms it is not accurate in terms of how I get to reggae music. It was always in me, you know. I grew up around musicians, you know, people like, you know, some of the early greats, which like Josie Will, Charlie Chaplin, my brother Jim Kelly used to be in Kilimanjaro, Buru Banton, you know, and people like Early B and people like Super Cat. So these individuals came to my house because when I was a child and my brother, they're in the same age group, so they used to sit and speak about music and being on the road and how much fun they were having and about creating music, you know. So as a child, that intrigues me, you know. So I'm always drawn to music, and music always finds its way to me, you know. So I grew up around music, really. So for me to transition into an artist, you know, and a writer, it was easy, you know. It was like a rite of passage. Yeah.
Do you have a special message in your music? Something you want to tell the crowd?
Oh yeah, believe in yourself. You know, that's my message on this particular tour. There can't be too much of that right now because, you know, since the global financial meltdown, you know, it's not just only third world countries and societies and nations that are facing it. Even here, Angela Merkel, she have her hands full, you know, trying to make it better for German people and, you know, and Europeans alike. And so it's a global cry, and it makes my music even more relevant. And people that do my music, you know, the music that the world love and people been doing it like myself, you know. It's about now is the time for us to actually gravitate more to the culture in terms of the message within this music, because if you don't have money in your pocket, you need some other source of strength and of energy. And what a sad world this place would be without music, you know. And you have different type of music for different reasons, you know, and this music right now has more than one meaning, even more so now, you know. So I have my job cut out for me, as they would say in Jamaica, you know, and I will continue to really do this music and make sure that I don't abuse the freedom of speech, but use it diligently and correctly to help mankind, really. Yeah.
So what are the plans for your future, for your musical future?
Wow. Well, for right now, I am happy because I have a new album on the Billboard reggae chart. It's Piece of the Pie. I did the title track tonight, you know. It's kind of on a Latin beat, you know, and thing, you know. Yes, so, you know, and so I'm really happy. I'm actually celebrating, you know, on this tour about the success of the album so far, because it started at 38 and now it's at 28, you know, 29 last week, and now it's 28. So it's really doing well, and I'm pleased and happy to hear the good news, you know what I mean? So basically, the sky's the limit, and the future is anybody's guess. I am going to continue to do music, and music that moves people and warm your heart and instill some form of purpose, you know what I mean? I know a lot of other artists say this, but, you know, and it might sound like a cliche, so to speak, but, you know, we can't have too much of the positiveness right now. In the audience tonight, there was so many teenagers, so many young adults, and that's the next listener of the music, the next group of fans, the next generation of fans. And I really do appreciate having them enjoying themselves, listening to the words. They are not fools, they are not idiots. Whatever they don't 100% understand, they will Google it, they will research it to make sure that they are listening to the right energy and getting the right vibes. I know this about these people, you know what I mean? And trust me, once they're getting something good of quality, they recognize quality, you know.
So when you look back on your music from the past 20 years, has your style changed, or did you get new influences? Did you have new
A philosopher once said, if you're not willing to evolve and change with time, you're going to be left behind. You know what I mean? You're going to be a thing of the past, a fossil, basically. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be somebody that is following a trend. I want to create trends. You know what I mean? And sometimes when you and definitely in order for you to be in that mindset, you have to think outside of the box. You're like an inventor, and a lot of styles you might invent, it's a little bit before its time, but the only way you're going to know that is by putting it out there. So the more chance you take with your life, you know, and your career, the more you will benefit. And also the more you will hit a brick wall, you know, and say, uh-oh, and you change, and, you know, you keep creating and you keep evolving. And that's my driving force. You know, I love to incorporate new melodies. I love melodies. Melodies, to me, is the greatest thing. Words are everywhere, but melodies are hard to come by, you know what I mean? And once you have the right melody, people will move to the beat and move to the music, and then listen to the words. So you snare them with the melody, and then you get them with the words afterwards, you know. So it's all about thinking outside of the box for me. All about incorporating, like as I said, if you listen to a piece of the pie, the on section, I got some guys from Cuba to play the brass section, you know what I mean? Because I love brass, you know, it's wonderful, and I love the guitar. So I always search for different instruments to add to something of quality, because I firmly believe that reggae has a lot to offer, and the quality is there, you know. And I myself is a person that pay attention to detail, you know what I mean? Details mean a lot to me, you know what I mean? If you listen to the set and how it's put together in terms of the delivery, it's all in the package, you know what I mean? It's all in the presentation, you know what I mean? I spend hours coming up with the presentation, you know, and to make a proper delivery, and so I'm a hard worker in that field, if I may say so myself. So for me, I'm gonna always try to incorporate new melodies and new instruments from different parts of the world, and to add to something which is of good quality to make it even better.
Inventing new things, would that be something you would give as an advice to young musicians? We're supporting young musicians especially, and what can you tell them? Which advices do you have?
Don't be a follower, be a trendsetter. It doesn't mean if you hear something, because I listen to music, many different genres of music, and I'm inspired by my peers and by individuals from different genres. You know, inspiration, you can get it anywhere. Don't be afraid to listen. Don't be afraid to pay attention. Don't be afraid to be moved and driven and be inspired by your peers and other people within the same field that you're in, and then come up with your way of approach and your way of bringing it across to the people. Don't be afraid to think outside of the box. Don't be afraid to take chances, because that's where the discovery is, when you take chances.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for the interview.
You're welcome.